It's a new day of God's grace and a new day to rejoice while we're in quarantine. There are good reasons to give thanks to the Lord who gives us so many good things. Today, we're going to be a little bit challenged by a reminder from God's Word here in Philippians chapter 2 to maybe examine the way we've been talking and thinking about our time in quarantine here. Take a listen here, chapter 2 of Philippians, Paul's prison letter to these Christians, verses 14 and 15 today. 2 verses 14 and 15. Do everything without grumbling or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure children of God without fault in a warped and crooked generation. Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky. Those are God's words. I knew a song about this word. It was a kid's song growing up about do everything without complaining, without arguing. And there's a little reminder to us as kids that we should probably be able to resolve our differences without name calling, without pushing and shoving. Let's do some problem solving here in the sandbox. However, we had to get over it without grumbling or arguing. But get the point here. It's not just a command. Do this because I said so. Why are we told to do things without, not just things, do everything without complaining or arguing? How does it look to other people? That's really where it's going here. How does it look? So that you're blameless and pure children of God without fault in a warped and crooked generation. And then you shine among them like stars in the sky. We'll go kind of phrase by phrase in here. Grumbling. Have you been grumbling about your time here under social distancing requirements, under the length of this epidemic? Is that something that's caused you to grumble already? Keep it in check. There's a way to go about it with a lot of grumbling, and there's a way to go through this without much grumbling. Which one is going to be more joyful? Arguing. Maybe there are people in your house where you've stepped on each other's toes already. Maybe you've already had those kind of fights of living in close quarters here, and then you've gotten past them already. Good, if that's you. There's a way to get through it without arguing, and there's a way to live in each other's space with a lot of arguing. Which one is more joyous and joyful? These are kind of common sense points here. Your life is going to be more joyful if you're not grumbling, if you're not complaining or arguing. And then it kind of makes you become, blameless. Fewer people can cast blame on you. Oh, she is always arguing. Oh, he just wants to pick an argument. I see what he posts online, and he's just itching for a fight all the time. Blameless and pure. When somebody thinks about you is pure, one of the adjectives that pops into their head. This is what this verse from the Bible is encouraging us to strive for, so that you become one of these pure children of God. That's not a slam on you if someone notices your purity. In God's eyes, that's a very good thing. Children of God without fault. Of course, there are going to be faults. You know you have faults. People are going, especially the people stuck in a house with you, know your faults. But to say the unbelieving world, or to say your neighbors, you're a child of God, and as they think about you, they really can't come up with a laundry list of things that make you a person they don't want to be around. There are plenty of people that they don't want to be around. We live in a warped and crooked generation. It says this whole phrase, "children of God without fault in a warped and crooked generation," is lifted right from the Old Testament. That's why it's in my version, it's put in a couple of quotation marks. It's from Deuteronomy. It's kind of a positive spin on the opposite sounding verse in Deuteronomy. It's watch out, don't be these bad children. Well, here it's maybe Paul he's got one of those things where you start to talk in words that are similar to a song, so you just kind of keep rolling with the lyrics. Or a movie quote that you kind of find yourself saying and you say it in that style. Well, here he's talking about blameless and pure children. Oh yeah, kind of, you're children of God, you're without fault Even though the rest of your neighbors and neighborhood might be warped and crooked, if you see what's posted in your neighborhood forum, maybe you disagree with a lot of it, but that doesn't mean you need to pick a fight about it. It doesn't mean you need to spend a lot of time grumbling about it. But what you will do is shine like stars in the sky. The verse doesn't actually say you will do that. It just says, in English it does, but in Greek it doesn't. It's just a present tense. In these things you shine. You shine like stars in the sky. And I won't dip into verse 16. We'll save that for tomorrow. But you shine. Even when you're in quarantine, even when you're under restrictions and under orders, we as a congregation are still able to shine our light into our neighborhood. We requested, what do you want to put on the church sign? You can use the link on our Facebook page to submit an idea. What should we put out on that sign that shines out there pretty much all day long? That let people know. What do the other people in your house notice about you shining out? Is it that you're always in your phone? Is it always that you're grumbling about the news? Is it that you're grumbling about work or what you can't do, you don't have time to do? Or is it that you shine with your faith and you have a positivity and you have a Christian attitude of the Lord will get me through this. He'll get all of us through this. And I'm a child of God. That's a blameless and pure kind of attitude. And that is a joyful way to get through this. It is possible with God's strength to live like that. We give thanks to Him for these words and this reminder. And until next time, God be with you, keep you safe, and keep you joyful.